What is good, everybody? This is your Cosmic Homegirl, and I am doing a horoscope for the eclipse on June 10th of 2021, and then also covering the week of June 13th until June 20th of 2021. And yeah, I've been on a little hiatus, you guys. I hope you guys are doing good out there during this eclipse season. Honestly, it's been kicking my ass, which hence the hiatus that I've had to take for a few weeks. The eclipses have been really hitting me, and Mercury retro. And without putting too much of my business out there, I've really had to just bust my ass in a frenzy. Like, sudden things popped up to where I had to really get out and hustle my ass off. Working multiple jobs, which I usually do, but I had to really fucking work. Okay, WERK. All right. And I had to put all of my energy into that in order to just get the bills paid. You know what I'm saying? It was crucial. I don't have any support from family. I don't have a man. I don't have any of that. So everything is all up to me as far as if there's a roof over me and my little kid's head. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really bust ass. These eclipses are really bringing it. So I'm pretty sure some of you guys have similar stories to share about life-changing events, your world being rocked right now, and so on. All right, so I'm going to dive into this eclipse just a little bit for you guys and then get into the weekly for the coming week, because I still have to bust ass out there. So I'm trying to like kill two birds with one stone. All right, but before I get into that, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do have an extended horoscope for the eclipse in Gemini that is available on my Patreon. I do have a Patreon, so go check me out. I'm under Cosmic Homegirl on there. There are a couple different membership tiers, and with the lowest one, you get live streams that I'll be having coming soon that are only exclusive to members, and as well as the major transit videos. Like I said, the eclipse in Gemini, I dive into that deeply. Jupiter in Pisces, and also Saturn retrograde for the next several months. I dive into those. Those are already up on there on Patreon. Okay. And then there's other tiers to where you get a lot more stuff, classes, and access to discounts on things, and horoscopes. You get to watch all the horoscope videos that I put out for each sign and stuff like that. Okay. And I'm also working on a YouTube membership, you guys. I'm working on that as well, to where you can watch extended horoscope videos, like for the eclipse, like for Saturn, like for each planetary transit that's major. I will really dive in, and I'll give a horoscope for each sign on those too, on YouTube. Okay, so stay posted for my YouTube membership that I am working on as well. And also, you can just purchase those horoscopes individually on my website on my horoscopes page on my website, indigomoon.astrology.com. I do have the Jupiter and Pisces one up here. Saturn retro. I also have Saturn retro. It looks a little janky on here. But yeah, I have Saturn retrograde. You can purchase that. You could purchase Jupiter and Pisces individually for a very small price, very reasonable price on my website too. And you guys, I also dive deep into all the eclipses, the Mercury retros of it all, and everything for 2021 in the yearly horoscopes. Those are now chopped down to 50% off. Okay, I thought I had updated that. Yeah, here we go. 50% off of the yearly horoscopes. Okay, so I think I put them at $8.99. Yeah, so they're very cheap. Okay, super cheap to talk about the whole year. I know the year is technically halfway over, but you guys, we still have some shit popping the rest of the year. The eclipses that we're currently in, Jupiter in Pisces, Jupiter in Aquarius, Saturn, what's Saturn doing? Also, all the Mercury retros of the year. We're going to have eclipses start to move into Taurus and Scorpio, and I talk about those for your sign as well. Okay, and so much more. So yeah, the times that are good for love and money. Hey, we still have half a year left for you to manifest your goals with love and money. So I give you the timing of those as well. Excuse me. So they're 50% off now. Most def, go peep those. Okay. Also, I do have classes, you guys. The monthly horoscopes will be back hopefully for July. I'm just working on a lot of shit. Okay. But I do also have classes. The replay. Why is this? Oh my God, the lettering is so off. That's bugging my 6th house. But anyway, I have classes. Dating class, astrology and dating class. Yo, this is jam packed with info from me and my homegirl, the astrology lady, Apollonia. We give, I think it's a 4-hour class on dating transits, dating things to look at in your chart. And I give my formulas, my exclusive formulas for looking at certain transits, all typed out and listed when you buy this class. Okay. So this is a replay, but that means you can go back and, you know, rewind, fast forward or whatever. And you have this guide to follow along with that's typed up by moi. Okay. There's also one by Apollonia too that I can include as well. So that is for $45 for a lot of fucking info on dating and astrology. Okay. And then I still have my beginner's astrology class for $19.99. If you don't know that much about astrology and you want some tips, you know, on how to start out and what it means to be more than one sign and, you know, yada, 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 the houses and the aspects and all that shit. I have a class on that for $19.99 on my website. So that is what I'm currently offering right now, you guys. Okay. I am not doing personal readings. If you're already booked, yes, of course, I'm still doing your readings. I had to take another break to like really just fix some shit in my personal life. So my apologies, but I am getting back to those who have already booked, but I am not booking anything for a while. You know, as far as personal readings. However, if you guys do need a personal reading though, my homegirl, the astrology lady, Apollonia, you guys know she also goes in with the details just like I do. She may even give a little bit more than me. You know what I'm saying? She has a plethora of readings and classes and stuff available right now. She is available for personal readings. She's doing it up right now, doing it big. She's got some readings discounted. She does tarot readings discounted right now. Love readings freaking half off. You know what I'm saying? Like money readings half off. Yo, a lot of stuff is on sale for her right now. She does personal consultations and stuff like that. One-on-one consultations. She offers a lot. Okay. So if you really, really need something personal, she is the one to go to right now. She gives, so to me, her prices are too low for what she gives. People tell me that stuff too, but let me say, like, my homegirl is not just because she's my homegirl. She really goes in on the details. If you've watched any of her videos on her channel, then you know she goes in on the details. Okay. So hit her up for a personal reading. She's doing them right now. Go ahead and get yourself added to her queue before she closes it out, and get yourself a little reading. Okay. All right. I think I got it all out. Now let's go ahead and get into this eclipse in Gemini. Like I said, there's an extended version that will be available on YouTube memberships once that is approved, and also on my Patreon, which is already up, and I will leave links to everything that I mentioned below to you guys. Okay. But just touching on the eclipse, it's in Gemini, right? I'm over here on Pacific time on the West Coast of the US. So, yeah. So this is around the time that the eclipse happened, like close to 4 a.m. Pacific time. If you're Eastern, it was like almost 7 a.m. If you're in, you know, the eastern part of the world, it was more further, like in the morning. Excuse me. The eclipse in Gemini. So what's popping with this? Well, it's at 19 degrees of Gemini in a conjunction with Mercury retro in Gemini. Okay. Making a square to Neptune, making a trine to Saturn. Basically what I have to say about this, I'll just keep it short and sweet, because like I said, I already went in, you know, and on the other video, extended video. But watch what you say right now. Watch what you say, because there could be consequences. You may just be saying whatever the fuck right now, and because of the square to Neptune, and then Saturn can bring the consequences to that. Okay, that's just in general with Mercury retro, but it's in the mix with this eclipse, and eclipses can bring major life-changing events. Your world could be rocked and impacted in huge ways, and that could be based on the words that you say, the information you give out. If you put out some false info, you know what I'm saying, if you just say whatever, that can backfire on you in a major life-changing, world-rocking way. Now, other than that, there could, just generally speaking, you know, an eclipse in Gemini can have something to do with information and news and the way it's delivered. Fake news because of the square to Neptune. Gotta watch out for that stuff. The eclipse in Gemini, Gemini basically rules, talking, communication. There could be some like updates in the way that we communicate. Maybe there's a new app that can come out, changes to applications, mergers with different companies that house applications that you use, major updates to them, something major with technology, with our communication with phones, smartwatches, laptops, tablets, even maybe something new created. I say that because of the trine aspect to Saturn and Aquarius, and Aquarius rules, you know, the waves of information that we receive through technology, and it rules technology itself too. So there could be something new that comes out that, you know, Saturn solidifies and establishes things. So with communication, maybe a merging of cell phone company corporations, or, you know, apps that are being bought out by other apps and stuff like that. Maybe there's some new rules and regulations put in with the way that we communicate. We've already seen that going on with Saturn and Aquarius in general over the last year or so, like almost, you know, like a little over a year. There's been more rules put in place when it comes to regulating YouTube, regulating Instagram and stuff like that, with watching what you say, you know, because if you don't follow certain guidelines, you can be blocked or deleted, like your page could be deleted, or and stuff like that. So there could just be some more developments that are major with stuff like that. And remember, with eclipses, the effects could be seen, felt, and experienced up to a month before and up to 6 months after the eclipse date. So if you were born on or close to June 10th, you probably have already been seeing and experiencing some shit, right? Or if you have points or planets in your chart that are close to 19 degrees of Gemini. For example, if you're like a Gemini rising around 19 degrees, you know, you probably have been hit really hard, already experiencing stuff, and probably the day of the eclipse, you probably really see some things popping, like big time. So, or like say if your midheaven is 19 degrees of Gemini, 20 degrees of Gemini, 18 degrees of Gemini, something like that. That rules your career. So maybe you have an announcement that comes, that you're announcing yourself, or, you know, that your company that you work for is announcing about you, for you, to do with your career. So, or if you have like a planet at 19 degrees of Gemini, like your Venus is 19 Gemini or around that degree, maybe something to do with money or relationships, like really pops with this eclipse. Those are just examples of it. But yeah, watch what you say. Watch what you say. It could kind of, you know, come back on you and negatively impact you, that causes, you know, like a stream of events that really change your life, and maybe it won't be so fun, you know what I'm saying? Gemini energy reminds us, speaking of fun, to be fun-spirited, youthful, lighthearted whenever we can. You know, life is hella serious. Life is hella serious, but Gemini reminds you to just like let loose sometimes, crack some jokes, play a little prank, you know what I mean? Like laugh at something stupid, watch or listen to some bullshit on YouTube or podcasts or whatever, the radio, you know, something that's goofy, silly, and funny, and doesn't really have to lead to like all this seriousness, you know? Yeah, just have fun. Have fun. Be a kid. laugh a little bit about something stupid. So yeah, that's just basics with the Gemini eclipse. And yes, just remember, during the eclipses, we are more sensitive. Uh, our energy levels could be very low. We could be very drained. We can be very susceptible, especially with the square to Neptune, which makes us more permeable. We need to protect ourselves spiritually because we can have other, like a lot of energies intertwined with ours. And if they're like negative in some way, we can really absorb that and take it on. Watch what you listen to or watch and absorb as far as information right now, because we're so susceptible to, like, just like I said, taking on other energies. And if you're listening to or watching something that's like, very sad or negative or something, then yeah, you can take on that energy, and it'll just weigh you down even more. A lot of people say during eclipses you should just chill. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you guys, but the last one in Sag, I was hella drained. Like, I couldn't do anything that day. I felt like I had been hit by a truck, and I tried to get up and run around and stuff again because I had to survive, but I just didn't have it in me on that day of that eclipse. I would get up and try to do stuff, and then I would just feel knocked down energetically again. Some people have been telling me with this Gemini one that they are like drained, like they can't really do anything. Some people might be hella like pumped up, it depends on you. But I would say because of the square to Neptune, a lot of people may be tired, sleepy, but also your intuition may be going crazy. You may be going crazy, like with a lot of intuitive messages and stuff right now, and questioning them. Is this real, or is this something that I'm just making up in my imagination? Because you can notice a lot of stuff right now. So yeah, that's a little bit on this eclipse on Gemini. In Gemini on June 10th. Okay. So I'm not going to go over the moon transits for this week, you guys, just because I have a lot to do, and I've already done a lot of talking and I'm like losing my voice and stuff, but I still wanted to get a little something out there. Okay. So next up, what is most important? I'm covering June 10th through the 20th, basically. So we have Mars entering the sign of Leo on June 11th. And Mars is going to stay in Leo until July 29th. So like a month and a half. Okay, so it looks like early in the morning here on the West Coast, Mars enters the sign of Leo. So Mars was in Cancer. Everybody was like, don't talk about my mama, and just very defensive about their families and defending their households and the ones that they love the most, emotionally reacting, being hella sensitive and shit, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was Mars in Cancer. Now Mars in Leo, this is a little more like fun and playful, and it is defensive. Mars is defensive no matter what sign he's in. Whatever sign he's in is what he's defensive about, Mars and Leo, I will say this: Leos are loyal to those that they love as well, and they go hard. Like, it doesn't matter if you are right or wrong. Cancer can be like this too, doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. If you're with a Leo and somebody talks shit about you and that Leo is there, even if what that person is saying is true, they will be like, oh, hell to no, you don't talk about my so-and-so like that, and da-da-da-da-da. But then after, that's over, they'll turn around and be like, girl or boy, what the fuck are you doing? You're stupid. Like, oh my God, I just had to like fight for you right now. But they will fight for you. I used to have a Leo stellium friend, homie, lover, friend-ish, soulmate, who is, in the spirit realm now. He's been there for quite some time, and that's how he was. He had Mars in Leo, Venus in Cancer. But he had Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Leo. And yeah, there were a couple times where we were together and I did some dumbass shit, and somebody tried to talk smack to me, and he was just like, what the fuck, leave her alone, da, 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 da. And he was a short little guy too. He was very handsome, but he's short, but I'm little too, so fuck it, I didn't care. But he didn't have the presence of a little man. He had that Leo energy that was very like, do not F with my peoples. So he would like, one time I parked all stupid, at his apartments, and somebody was like, hey, walked up talking shit to me, and he stepped in front of me and got in their face, was like, no, 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 just like talking smack to them. And then they finally went away. And when they went away, he turned around and told me, girl, what the hell are you doing? You're stupid. Go move your car. So, and there were several instances that happened like that with my Leo guy, but he defended me even when I was dumb, So I love him forever for that. So Mars and Leo energy is totally like that. But besides that, it could be very fun, but also very competitive. It's going to bring out a lot of competitiveness. Oh my God, competitiveness. What the hell, Mercury retro? Competitiveness. But are people going to be super extra and doing the most during Mars and Leo? Oh, hell to the yeah. Yes, they are. So listen, if you are an actor, a performer, an entertainer of any sort, even if you are on social media, especially TikTok, where everybody's at now, and you do things, you perform actions to get attention, right? You perform actions that are creative. That's Mars and Leo. People are going to be so fucking extra. Like, if you love that entertainment factor, you're going to love this transit, because you yourself, if that's you that does all that stuff, you're going to be going hard, okay? But if you don't, but you like to watch all the drama, watch all the, dances and the dramatic acting and all this stuff, oh my God, this transit is going to be so dope for you. We have Mars and Leo transiting like pretty much every year, but so I know I'm hyping it up, but yeah, it's not rare. But this time frame that I'm covering, Mars and Leo is a really refreshing energy away from the heaviness of Cancerian energy. Cancer, I mean, we are still going to have other planets move into Cancer, like the Sun and Mercury eventually. Excuse me. But yeah, Mars in Leo is fun and playful. That paired with the Gemini energy that still remains for a little while is very light-hearted, youthful, fun energy. So yeah, hot girl or hot boy summer energy is Leo all the way. Leo energy is usually during the summer, and yes, showing off and showing out, strutting it, that's all Mars and Leo. So yeah, that's what's to expect with that from June 11th until July 29th. So on the 13th, we have the Sun squaring Neptune. This is an aspect that's already been building up. It was a part of the eclipse on the 10th. But the Sun gets into an exact square with Neptune on that day. What does this mean for us? Well, this is and Mercury is still squaring Neptune. So this is continued, watch for schemers, scammers, shisty behavior, shisty individuals, coming out of the woodworks, trying to swindle you into this and play on your emotions to get you to do this and that, coming through with information, which is Gemini, that is false and lies, and watch for that stuff. Watch for people that really give you the sob stories to get something out of you, and they're really like bullshit. And watch what you say, do, and believe. That still applies. Okay, but the Sun, though, the Sun square Neptune, this could be you feeling some confusion about who you are as a person, because the Sun is a big part of your identity, yourself, your ego, your image. So maybe you could be questioning things about those very things. You could be a little confused about yourself, But this can also make you really sensitive, super sensitive. The eclipse portal is still open, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, the sensitivity continues. This can also make your health sensitive, because the Sun rules your vitality. So especially if you are a Gemini, or especially if you're someone who's prone to allergies, mainly Gemini and Virgo are super prone to allergies. Pisces are very prone to sinus issues and congestion. So if you are any one of those signs, or you have them somewhere prominent that makes you sensitive to either one of those things, during the sun squaring Neptune, especially on the 13th, watch yourself, watch your health, take a little bit extra care of your breathing and stuff. I know me as a Pisces moon, I have been like sneezing, my breathing has been more sensitive and stuff like that. So yeah, congestion, even though it's the middle of fucking summer and it's like 1,000,000,000 degrees outside, it doesn't matter when there's Neptune involved. So yeah, watch your health. Just your health in general can be very sensitive because Neptune is a dissolves, makes you permeable, makes you like porous energetically, to where anything can seep through. And Neptune rules invasive like bacterias and germs and stuff. So yeah, just watch your health around this time, you guys. It could be sensitive. But emotionally, you could be hella sensitive too. Hella sensitive. Just any little, like, just one note from a song can make you like triggered to just, want to cry. That's already been going on with Mercury square Neptune. But then the sun added in the mix. Like, oh my God. Like, you hear just like a couple little notes. It makes me think of that song with that 1,000 miles or whatever from Vanessa Carlton. Like, you just hear like a couple piano keys and you're like, just like start bawling. So yeah, you could be that sensitive around this time. Okay, so that's on the 13th. Now we have the rest of the week from the 13th to the 20th. There's no major transits until we get to the 20th. But what we do have popping though, like I said, I'm not going to go through the moon stuff because I want to try to shorten this, I'm short on time right now. But we do have Jupiter slowing down. Jupiter is up to that 2nd degree now where he's going to go retrograde. He's slowing down, preparing to go retro. We have Neptune at 23 degrees, slowing down, preparing to go retro. We have Mercury. He's going to be this week slowing down, preparing to go direct. So I know if you're watching this, like, just hold on to your eyeballs, okay? Bam! Oh my God! Because I'm switching from dark to light. My bad. I just prefer the dark view. I wish that Cafe Astrology had the same thing, but whatever. So, we have this week Mercury goes direct. It goes direct on the 22nd, okay? The 22nd. So, before that, he's slowing down. He's hanging around, these degrees, like 18, 17, 16 especially, he's going to be going direct at. So he's slowing down, right? Preparing to go direct. And then we have Jupiter hanging out at 2 degrees, slowing down. He's going to go retro on the 20th, okay, in the morning of the 20th. So watch my Jupiter and Pisces video. You can purchase it. You can, have access to it on upcoming YouTube membership and also Patreon. Once again, shameless plug. I have to, y'all. Anyway, so yeah, Jupiter is slowing down, gonna go retro at 2 degrees. So he's hanging out there for a while. So if you have anything in your chart at around 2 degrees of Pisces, he's really hovering over that right now. Okay. And then we have Neptune also in Pisces, slowing down, hanging out at 23 degrees. Getting ready to go retro on the 25th. So the upcoming week, you guys, we have planets, shifting from retro to direct or direct to retro. Now, Mercury going direct, of course, is a blessing because the retrograde has so much fuckery. It's ridiculous, right? But then we have 2 planets in the sign of Pisces going retrograde, and both of them rule the sign of Pisces. So especially if you are a Pisces, prepare for a lot of introspect, a lot of rewind, a lot of anything, because retro and the prefix, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, wherever Pisces is at in your own chart as well, be prepared for some revelation, some redos, some maybe, truth coming to light, stuff like that, or questioning the truth a lot wherever Pisces is in your chart. Because Jupiter rules the truth, the spread of the truth, what you believe to be the truth, That's why it rules like religion and philosophy and politics and stuff. And then Neptune, it rules like what you believe to be the truth, but there's not much physical proof of it. It's like spiritual truth as well. Both Jupiter and Neptune rule Pisces and rule spirituality in a sense. Spirituality, religion, whatever. So while they're slowing down in the sign that they rule, getting ready to go retrograde, that's some serious shit. Okay, with questioning your beliefs, questioning reality, questioning the truth. So, we are really going through that because of the eclipses, making an aspect to Neptune, but also Mercury, and then these two planets preparing to go retro. So the whole month of June, you guys, don't take anything at face value, because you know what I'm saying? You have to give things a second look, a second read, a second thought, period. Okay. Don't get played and don't try to play other people either. All right. So, lastly, let's talk about on the 20th. This is when the sun moves into Cancer. Sun in Cancer. The sun moves into Cancer on this day or this evening. It's probably the 21st, in some places. Yeah. It's more so the 21st if you're anywhere east, east coast of the U.S. or eastern part of the world. But where I'm at, it's on the 20th. And it's going to be until July 22nd that we have the sun in Cancer. So what does this mean? This is the time of year. Oh, that's also Father's Day, isn't it? And even though fathers are mostly ruled by the sun and Leo, and also some say Saturn can show your father, I've noticed when reading natal charts, you can see the qualities that you get from your father by the sun, by Mars, and also by Saturn. Those you get from your father. Okay. You can see your father from traditionally your 10th house, but sometimes even in your 4th house. Okay. Just a short little lesson there. But in honor of Father's Day, the sun moving into Cancer on Father's Day, it's like Cancer is the energy of family itself. So it's a time to where people will definitely be getting together if you have it like that with family and have father figures around and all of that, But it's a given, right? But the sun in Cancer, it begins a season of Cancer. We've already had Venus there and Mars there. So we've already had Cancer energy in the sky. We all know that here. But yeah, the sun, though, it's like more people are paying attention to matters to do with family and women and babies and pregnant women and, cherishing the feminine and stuff like that. That's really going to come up a lot more during this time. Yes, we become more sensitive. Yes, people are crybabies and they take things to heart way too fucking much. Okay, like take things personally. Was that post about me subliminally? And you're like, what the fuck? I did not even have you in mind, my Cancer friend. So just cut the shit. So yeah, stuff like that. People become like the water boy. Bobby Boucher. My mama said, mama said, mama said. No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong. Mama's right. That's all the Cancer energy. Okay. So, people wanting to connect more to their roots, connect more with their families. And that's like blood family, like I said, if you got it like that, you become more protective, more defensive of your home, of your family, home base, but also just whoever you consider to be family. It doesn't always have to be blood, even though traditionally that's what Cancer rules. But some of us, we have people we consider family that are not blood, that have been around us for years. We were super close, and they're ride or dies for us, and we are ride or dies for them, or maybe we live with them, or maybe we always go to each other's functions. And you know what I'm saying? Like, there's different people you consider to be family or family-like, that under this Cancerian energy, you really want to connect more with them. It's about familiarity. So who you're familiar and comfortable with. And anybody outside of that, you're going to be like, yeah, I don't really rock with strangers like that. Although we will still have Mercury and Gemini for a minute, and we'll have Mars and Leo also. Those two energies can rock with strangers. They can show off and show out and just talk to anybody and just be out there, you know? So we'll be back and forth during Cancer the season, quote unquote, when the sun is there, between wanting to just hide out and retreat with our snacks and our comfortable blinkies and whoever we are comfy with, and getting out there and just, you know, chatting it up, showing out or whatever. Okay. So yeah, the sun in Cancer will bring up any issues or topics regarding motherhood and regarding the divine feminine, femininity, wanting to just be a submissive feminine being, if that's how you identify yourself, versus being masculine and out there and being a go-getter. You know, people may be more in the mood to relax during Cancer season, and like I said, just chill at home. It rules home. So whether or not you're comfortable in your home, you're going to be like thinking about more during this time too. Okay, so that's the sun in Cancer from June 20th until July 22nd. So that's what I'm covering at this time, you guys. I have taken a hiatus from YouTube and from IG. So my apologies if anybody's tried to reach out. I will be catching up with everybody, I promise. I just really had to get through this eclipse and Mercury retrograde drama in my financial houses and really hustle fucking hardcore, okay? Like seriously. So now that that is settling down, I will be getting back to everybody. And so with that being said, follow me on IG, follow me on Patreon, you know, become a member, excuse me, get more exclusive content. Don't forget to hit up the horoscopes and classes that I have on my website. And don't forget to hit up my homegirl, the astrology lady, Apollonia, if you need a personal reading, because she is going in on those right now. Okay. Personal readings are discounted. And she's got mad classes, including the fun one that we did together. She's got it on her site too. You can get it from either she or I with the dating class with astrology. So yeah, you guys, that's it. I hope everybody's doing well and you're safe during this eclipse season. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right, take care. Peace.